let's go to his next crazy stuff, and that is the occupation of Washington, D.C. Now, the reality is that this is probably legal, what he's doing, because of the status of Washington, D.C. as, being under the authority of the federal government. Now, Congress still has to act within 30 days to make this legitimate. If they don't act within 30 days, giving President Trump authority over D.C., then this is an illegal action. So we will see what Congress does. It's in recess now, so I'm not sure if they have the 30 days. Nobody seems to be talking about this, but the only way to keep the troops in the streets of D.C. is to get congressional authority after 30 days. Supposedly there's an emergency. There's no emergency, but again, this is the thing. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the photos coming out of Washington, D.C., but they're truly stunning. I don't think I would have ever expected to see armored vehicles standing in front of the train station, armored vehicles spread out all over the city, many in uniform, and now, starting with tomorrow, carrying weapons, fully stacked, militarized, roaming the streets of D.C. Again, probably legal, but just horrible, despicable. Of course, Trump says Washington, D.C. is safe again. Yeah, of course it's safe again. I mean, I'm not sure it ever was safe, but, of course it's safe. If you militarize the streets, things will be safe. There's no question. If you put armed guards at every street corner, there'll be less crime. Indeed, if you have a curfew, just have curfew on young men from, sunset to sunrise. Young men cannot leave their houses. You will get a drastic reduction in crime. There are a lot of things that can be done to reduce crime. But to bring the military into the streets when there's no emergency is a horrific act. And then, of course, he is saying now that this is just the beginning. Chicago is next, followed by New York and L.A. So we can expect to see National Guards, military vehicles, troops, fully armed, in the streets of our cities all over the country. Now that, I don't think is constitutional. That will be placing Trump above the law. That will be a violation of the Constitution. There is no emergency. Now, in 2020, you could argue with riots in the streets in Portland burning and things like that. Maybe you could come up with a justification for using military force in the cities. That's not going on right now. There is no emergency. There's no crisis. Nobody's burning down the city. And yet Trump is threatening to use military force in the city of Chicago. I mean, New York is about as safe as it's ever been. It's safer than most rural countries, or many rural countries in the United States. It's not bad at all. Now, I don't know, I haven't been in the subways recently, but murders and violent crime is way down in New York City. Now, I know you don't believe the statistics, but your lack of belief in the statistics does not present any evidence to counter that. I mean, Trump doesn't believe in statistics either. This is what he writes. Washington, D.C. is safe again. The crowds are coming back. I don't think they ever went away. The spirit is high, and our D.C. National Guard and police are doing a fantastic job. They're out in force. They're not playing games. As bad as it sounds to say, there were no murders this week for the first time in memory. Mayor Muriel Bowser must immediately stop giving false and highly inaccurate crime figures, or bad things will happen, including a complete end. Total federal takeover of the city. Washington, D.C. will soon be great again. So don't issue statistics I don't like. Talk about authoritarian thuggery. This is what every authoritarian in history does. Fire the guy who produces the statistics I don't like. The mayor publishes crime statistics I don't like. I'm going to take the city over. You dare to say New York is not that violent. Shut him up. I mean, it is, it's, I don't know. There's only so many times I can say it and so many ways I can say it. But this is really horrific behavior. This is America. America is not a land where you expect to see the military in the streets. America is not the land where you expect to see troop carriers next to train stations. I mean, unless there was a terrorist attack and, you know, we're being invaded or there's a civil war or something. But there isn't. None of that is happening. Crime is down across the board in America. And we're militarizing. We're militarizing policing. I mean, it's bad enough when the police have armored troop carriers and bazookas and, you know, all kinds of fancy weapons. Now we're bringing in the real guys, the Marines, the National Guard, the soldiers. It's, you know, this land of the free? Not so much. Land of the controlled, land of the fearful. And we're the American people. Why are they not in the streets protesting? Why are they not upset by this? Why are they not objecting? I think one of Trump's great tactics, amazing tactics, is he floods us with so many violations of the Constitution, so much stupidity, so much anti-Americanism that we don't know what to respond to, right? Which one do we pick up? Like today, I had such a long list of things I could have talked about, and I just had to be selective because you can't keep track of this guy. And nobody calls him when it's a complete loser. Like the whole Russia thing is disappearing from the news very, very fast because he failed. Nothing to see here.